a sermon, but it's plain to see that they can't comfort me. Sorry Charlie for the imposition. I think I got the strength to carry on, yeah. I need a drink and a quick decision.
Now then, Vinyl Monkey here, of course, Darrell Hall, John Oates from the classic album Abandoned Luncheonette. That was She's Gone, which became a hit actually a couple of years after this album. But yeah, absolutely, you've heard me bang on about this album before, so I won't bore you with any or too much repetition, hopefully. But I really wanted to talk about how come this is such a brilliant album. Well, the story is actually I was away in the camper van the week before last, and browsing through a record stall in a market, and as you do on holiday, and I came across this album, Darrell Hall and John Oates, War Babies, which I'd heard of. I remember seeing the cover back in the day, but I didn't have a copy of. I couldn't remember what it sounded like, and it was a fiver. And I picked up one or two other Darrell Hall and John Oates albums over the years, and none of them go anywhere near touching Abandoned Luncheonette in my view. They got more commercial, they did some nice songs. I mean, I think they're absolutely brilliant. I mean, you know, they write good songs, they sound this sort of brilliant sort of mix of pop and Philadelphia soul. And I've watched all the series of Darrell's House, where Darrell Hall shows just what a good musician and singer he is when he invites all sorts of guests round to play at his house, and so I've got loads and loads of respect for them. I had a quick look at this. I thought, fiver, I haven't got that one. I had a look at the back, and it said 1974, the same year as Abandoned Luncheonette. All the songs written mostly by Darrell Hall, a couple of them by Hall and Oates, and I thought, bloody hell, right, that's good. That's going to be good. So I put it away. I put it in the van, and when I got back, I played it. But I realised I hadn't really read the small print on the back, which ought to have been the warning, because really what this little video is about is how come this album, which is, you know, as I said, this brilliant blend of sort of folksy pop and Philadelphia soul, bang on classics. I mean, the first tracks 1 to 5 really, absolute stone cold classics, no doubt about it. The album didn't chart at the time, I don't think. It went under the radar. It's still probably under the radar, but it's warm, it's smooth, it's sophisticated. It's just a classy album all the way around, and no doubt about it. And how could this album, brought out in the same year on the same label, Atlantic, how could it be so different? It is shrill, it is harsh, it is over stylized, it is brittle, it is it's almost impossible to listen to. The production on this one is so good, and on this one so bad. And I'm no expert on, in fact I know next to out. I know what I like, but I know next to out about the production processes and the producers themselves. But so I thought I'd better look into it, and of course the alarm bells would have rang if I'd have read who this one was produced by. None other than Mr. Todd Rundgren, who I think was, like Hall and Oates, was from Philadelphia, probably similar age, I would imagine. And apparently the story goes that you know, this had bombed a bit, although the production on it is absolutely superb. I mean, this is produced by a guy called Arif Marden, who's a sort of house producer with Atlantic. He produced all the early Aretha Franklin stuff, loads of soul stuff, loads of jazz stuff. Went on to produce some sort of pop stuff as well, Phil Collins and stuff. But brilliant, obviously, producer. But for this, this didn't do so well, and so hall&oates wrote some songs which were a little bit more rockier than folky poppy, and thought that, or somebody thought that Todd Rundgren, who just started producing stuff back then, he was playing with the band Utopia then, might be the man to sort of make this stuff sing, and probably more importantly from Atlantic's point of view, sell. So they brought him in, and he shipped in his own band, Utopia, with a backing band for this, and it's just like absolute chalk and cheese. As I say, the songs are a bit more rocky, probably. There's an attempt to create a proggy, rocky sound, but on this one you would never know who the producer was. All you know is that's well produced. On this one, Rundgren absolutely dominates. He plays guitar, and his guitar playing for me and his production on his own albums renders him to me unlistenable. I mean, the people who liked Todd Rundgren seem to say that he was, you know, he was pioneering, he was ahead of his time, he was getting that 80s sounding sort of 8 years earlier, and you know, he was experimental, he was pushing boundaries. I mean, I just think he was awful. I don't know whether he had serious drug problems at this time. He certainly hasn't got a good ear. It's really, really awful. And apparently 40 years after this, Daryl Hall called the whole album ridiculous. It was an attempt to be a concept album about war babies, about those who were born just after the war, and how tough it was for them. But it's just an absolutely awful LP. So anyway, it'll go on my shelf. It'll stand with me. This is probably the only hall&oates album or the main one I'll ever play. What a shame. I bumped into somebody, sort of muso, the other day, and I was talking about this, and although they were a Todd Rundgren fan, they did acknowledge that his production seems to have ruined various bands and some careers, and they specifically mentioned the Tubes, where I think he had a similar effect when he took over producing production management for their albums. But anyway, there we are. I just thought I'd sort of have a quick video and talk about how the heck two albums from the same year, from the same artists, on the same label, can be so radically different. And I suppose I'll have to go out with an example. So I'll go out with what I suppose is the title track of this concept album. This is War Baby, Son of Zorro, and hopefully, even given how difficult it is to discern sort of sound and production values through the sound on this camera, you'll get the idea of what I mean. So I'll go over to the record player and put this one on. Bear with me 1 second. This is hall&oates, produced by Mr. Todd Rundgren.